Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is BD. How are you? Today is DIY day. Yeah, I love DIYs, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this crystal stone bead bracelets here. I actually got inspired by this lady on Instagram. Her name is Crystal. So I'll leave her handle on my description box down below just in case you want to check her out. She wears bracelets. I don't know if she makes them, but she wears bracelets to match every cloth she wears, and they are so beautiful. She's so pretty. And I love it. I was like, why not make your own and film it? So I also went to the internet to find out how they cost, how much they cost. The cheapest I saw was 3,500 and the most expensive was 12,000 naira. I think it depending on the material you're using to make your bead, that's how much they cost. And of course, the person will add their own gain to it. For the gems, I didn't buy any of this. I okay, okay, my camera will not focus unless I cover my face. Is it focused now? Yeah, I think it's focused. Okay, these are materials, ornaments that I have at home. I'm a collector. If I see things that I think are pretty, I'll just keep them. This is like a crystal. It looks like a seashell. This is an old earring. I lost one of them. I love how this looks like, so I just kept it. Today I found use for it. This is something I picked somewhere. I can't remember also, and this also I can't remember. These are I don't know what it's called. Sheke. Sheke. We used to call this sheke as children, but jingles or something. I don't care. Sheke. So I have two of these. I decided to add them. It makes when you walk, it makes noise. I'm dramatic, so I don't mind having them hanging and making noise when I walk. So this is how I got this video. For the beads, I bought them everything. I spent 2,500 naira for these beads. So I spent some other material. I didn't spend more than 3,000 naira to make these beads. So let's dive right into the video. I don't want this thing to end. I want to show off. Yes, what are you saying? Are you talking to me? So I decided to go for very neutral, natural colors. This burnt gold here is kind of sandy to feel. It's very beautiful. Then the next I went for a nude color, but shiny, nude, brownish, light nude. Then I went for pure white, crystal white, shiny too, very reflective. And then I have these gold beads at home. These are just plastic beads, they are not very expensive. So I decided to add them to the piece I'm trying to make. It's very beautiful. Then for the shams, I have this crystal bead at home, just been lying there fallow, decided to use it. I had these two I picked from somewhere, can't really remember. I had this a whole earring that one got missing. I kept the other one. The second one is something I picked from somewhere too. I can't really remember. Very beautiful. Then the next I went for was this ornaments, just something to add some beauty. I found it in the house too. I don't know what it's called. It was very beautiful. Then I had this sheke. It's so funny anytime I call it the jingles. These jingles that I had at home. Then I have elastic thread, elastic strings that I will use to string my bracelets. Of course, a tape to measure your wrists to find out how long you want or the length of your bracelet. So I measured mine. Mine was about 8 inches. I have very big wrist and I have big bones. I'm big, so it's about 8 inches. Yours, if you want to make yours, might be most definitely will be smaller. I'm big naturally, so I tied the edge of the elastic string to a bead. So by the time I start beading the strings, it won't fall off. That's just to hold it from falling off. The next I cut exactly or more than the length I wanted so that I'll have enough um, elastic thread to tie at the end, to tie very firmly too. Then I started to bead. Of course, everybody know how we bead. Just pass your beads through the elastic string. When I got to about half, I decided to add that small piece to demarcate the next bead I'm going to put. The next bead is that white ornament I showed you earlier. It's a crystal too. Oh, here it goes. So that's going to also serve as a charm. And I put the second one just to demarcate it also. And I started to bead again. When it got to about what I felt was the size of my wrist, I tried it on to see if it was exactly my wrist. And so it was perfect. I actually discovered in the process that about 24 of these beads go around, 23 of these beads go around my wrist. So I didn't get to measure anymore. I just let 24, 23 go in. Depends on the size of the bead. Some is 22, some 23, some 24. I took out that bead that held the bead from falling off at the end, then tied. You have to draw it a little bit to be tighter so that your elastic will not slack quickly when you start using it. So you draw it, make sure that it's tight, then you tie the second time and the third time. The next I did to hide the remaining parts because I didn't want to cut this string, the elastic string, just at that end of where I tied it because it might begin to loose from there. So I passed it the second time into the beads to hide it and so that I don't get to cut very closely. So I passed it through like you can see. I'm doing this because I don't want to cut the elastic string very close to where I tied it because it might begin to loosen from there with time. You continue to pass the elastic string again backward into the beads until it gets to the direction where you feel, or to get to the space where you feel like is probably it's perfectly hidden. Then you stop. Then you reach out for the next string on where you tied it and begin to pass it towards the other direction backward again. After that, you cut. So this is my first bead. I did the same with the second, white again. And then I did the same with the third, just the same process. For this, I added a little bit of gold to it. Then I did this gold bead I showed you earlier and added this little bead I had, gold metal I had in the house to it. Then I did this one and added the sheke I told you about earlier. And this also, and added the sheke too. Okay, this is how it looks like. So after that, I began to add the shams to it. I picked one of the shams. All you need to do is to get those loops, those round loops. And then pass it through the little opening at the sham, on the sham. Then you let it slip through the string, elastic string of your bracelet. Of course, I'm not a bead maker, so I don't have all the tools that they use, but I have a plier. So I used a plier to lock it together. And here's how it look like. Beautiful. I did the same with other of the bracelet, adding the shams to it and strategic places in a place that it will show at the end of the day when I wear it. So this is how they look like. Look at this, beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't get to put anything on this. I already have enough shams around them because I don't want them to be too much. So voila. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.